Hello everyone, welcome back to the Shave and Tell channel. I'm glad that you're joining me for another shave. I'm gonna try a new soap in my collection from BBS Soaps, and here I have Elevation. BBS Soaps, I knew about these soaps for a while, but they were kind of like not really distributed in North America. They were only available on the official website at Etsy over here of BBS Soaps. But this is an artisan all the way from Greece, and I'm originally from Bulgaria, which is a neighboring country of Greece, and I love to support artisans from that area of Eastern Europe. BBS Soaps, I heard great things about their bases. They have quite a few bases. Here, this one is with the Cronos 2.1 base. So that number makes me feel that they iterated quite a bit and improved it. And regarding the base, I know that overall the soap performs really well. I heard about it from few friends. Shout out to Chris, Mr. Lathering on Instagram. I'll make sure to leave a link to his Instagram profile if you're on socials so you can follow him. He kind of like walked me through BBS Soaps and their offerings. He has quite a bit of an experience with the soaps, and I kind of like consulted with him because I wanted to pick something that scent-wise doesn't match anything else that I have in my den. And I grabbed this one and one other that we're gonna review maybe in a week or two. But let's focus on this one. When it comes to this base, it's a beef tallow base full with good ingredients for your skin. Some highlights over here. There is duck fat. I mentioned the beef tallow, of course. Buffalo milk. What else? Was there something else? Different type of butters, Rosa Damascus flower, water, a lot of good stuff. Let me see, that the font is a bit tricky to read. I don't know if pausing will be helpful for anyone to read through all the ingredients. But yeah, a lot of good stuff. When it comes to the pour, my initial reaction, I did a live unboxing on my Instagram profile, that it looks just visually like clay. It reminds me of clay, you know, like nicely compressed clay for some kind of like pottery work. If you've seen before, it's being kind of like worked by artisan for pottery work. That's pretty much identical in terms of texture. I'm sure that when you touch it, it will be different. And at the bottom, I really like that the container is transparent, so I can see also the bottom. Let's move to the scent notes. I have here my notes. So, I mentioned that I was looking for something unique that doesn't match or get close to any other soap that I have. And this one hits the bullseye. I forgot the dupe. It's in store. It's not really a dupe, or I don't know how close it is to the original fragrance. I don't remember the name, but it's inspired by a scent. I'll leave somewhere a note either up or in the center of the screen so you know which one it is. Maybe you have it. But when it comes to the smell out of the container, there is just fresh, clean, with a little bit of sweetness and notes that are making me feel that I smell kind of like a milky dessert in terms of sweetness. But not milky in terms of heavy, I don't know how to describe it. It's not really gourmandy, but there is just something happening with that freshness. And the fun thing about smelling it and actually reading the notes over here is that none of the notes prepares me for the actual blend over here. And that's a very great thing. The scent strength out of the container, I have to say that it's probably around 3.54 out of 10. I wish, at least before lathering, that out of the container I get a little bit more. So I spent some time whiffing it. I got this soap yesterday, so I'm kind of like smelling it, trying to just absorb that smell and get more familiar with it. Absorb, analyze or something. Absorb is a weird description. But yeah, it's very unique and very pleasant. Non-offensive. fresh, and yeah, it's interesting. Let's go through the notes. So the top notes are green notes and clary sage. The mid notes, pine. I cannot catch any pine there. Base is cedar, sandalwood, vetiver, and amber. So there is some, I catch a little bit of sandalwood, I guess, and a little bit of the amber, but yeah, it's just such an interesting blend that makes this one standing out as a very unique and distinct smell. I think that once you smell it, I don't think that it will be easier to find any other soap that smells like this. I wonder how close it is to the original fragrance. Let me know in the comment if you're familiar once you read the text that I'm gonna put somewhere in the video, because I can't recall the actual name of this one. It's a new soap, new base. I heard great things about it. So we're gonna lather it together. I have my bowl here prepared. I'm gonna scoop some of the soap. It will be a bit more than half of almond seed. I know on my scoop it may look a bit bigger than what it is, but here is it over here. And as I mentioned, I like how smooth and how visually the texture resembles clay. It's very cool. Yes, I'm just kind of like checking. Sometimes when you scoop a soap, it opens up the scent a bit more. Spreading it in at the base here of my bowl. I see this scent very good for kind of like daily shave or even evening shave. I kind of like feel that even before going to bed, if you want to shave with something that will not stand out as a strong in your face scent, this will be a really good option. I have here for my brush my outer Ellsworth, oops, here is the logo, Ellsworth with the newly set Pure Bliss knot by APShaveCo. Fantastic knot. The more I use it, the more I like it, and I feel that this one overtook G5C as a preference for synthetic knot from the knots that I tried from APShaveCo. Of course, they offer also Mule STF or Mula STF knot, which is my favorite. It's one of my top synthetic knots, but yeah, this one is overtaking G5C in my personal preference list. Feels great on the face. It's performing good for bow lathering, for face lathering as well. I did few face lather shaves using my Mr. Sprayer over here with some water. I know occasionally people are asking me, why do you use a sprayer? It's just a convenient way for me not to run on water and kind of like to dip the top of the bristles of my brush, and I kind of like control it that way. But you can do whatever you wish. You can use your hand, drip there, or the running water. Doesn't really matter. I just like it that way. And here we go. Let's start. I allow the water to stay there for a bit. Tallow base, as I mentioned, with a lot of good stuff for your skin. And make sure that I work through the soap. It's not too firm of a soap, but it's also not as soft as McDuff's, for example. Just, I guess, regular. Yeah, the smell pretty much stays the same so far. Maybe I get a little bit more of the green notes as I whip it. They get slightly more present. So that freshness, cleanness, really pleasant smell. Not punching you in the face like some other strong EDPs or colognes. It's just kind of like very subtle and delicate on a way. It's very interesting. It's very intriguing as well. The first time when you smell it, at least for me, I was like, oh, interesting. That's a fragrance. Maybe the original fragrance that was inspired is close to that, which is very unique. I'm just working it a bit more to a creamy, more pasty texture and paying attention to the scent notes. I feel that it can take some water as well. I was generous with that spray. You can see it's shaping up slowly to that yogurty consistency that I usually chase. The scent pretty much stays the same, unchanged, pleasant, but I wish more strength. I feel that even as the shave progresses, we'll see that the bathroom will not really smell, will not be filled with the fragrance. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but I know that some people, they like their soaps strong when it comes to the fragrance. Some people like to buy soaps only, and they don't mix things with splash, but I have here the matching splash. So I feel that this base requires a bit more whipping compared to, let's say, Macduff or Hags, another Greek artisan. But I see already the texture really getting into a very nice, consistent, thick, yogurty, uh, consistent consistency. I don't know what I'm talking about. Having 2-month-old baby in the house, you're sleep deprived, and your brain is a mush, especially before noon, which is the time of the recording. Kind of like morning shave. For me, that's a luxury and not a common thing that I do during the week. But yeah, I'll just work it a bit more. As you can see, gorgeous lather. Look at that thick consistency. And I can add more water, even though that this is pretty much where I like it. I'll just add a few more sprays for the very first lathering of this artisan soap for me. Hopefully it's not too boring for you guys. This may be a long video as I'm babbling and paying attention to the base. Oh yeah, it's getting really hydrated, very shiny. You can already see here. Look at that goodness. And yeah, a little bit more than half of almond seed. It's generating a lot of lather, as expected. Pretty much all the artisans, when it comes to lather generation, a little goes a long way. Here is it. Beautiful shiny lather. And I love the contrast of these bristles of this knot. How you can see the black bristles sticking through the lather. So you can see maybe the shininess over here. Look at that, that's gorgeous. Perfect. If you continue to whip it, I can see that if you like more of an airy lather with more volume, you can achieve that. I can easily see this, but this is the spot that works perfectly for me. Nicely hydrated and thick consistency. Look at that lather. Gorgeous cushion, super hydrated. Yeah, the lather feels great on the face, nice, hydrated lather, very pleasant, luxurious feeling. Yeah, feels good. The razor I didn't mention, but I'm gonna use my Merkur Progress over here. I have Gillette Silver Blue, probably 7th or 8th use. I lost the count. I'm just pushing these blades because they work so good in every single razor that I tried, and I want to see how much I can stretch it. My previous shave with it was surprisingly good with a tiny bit of irritation. So we'll see how it will be with the Progress today. And I'm gonna be on setting number 3. Okay, first pass. That video is getting very long, so I'll try to go quickly. Very nice glide. The residual slickness is there. When it comes to the smell, again, nothing changed. I really wish that the strength was higher. Because even when it sits on my face, while the lather is still under my nose, I just want a little bit more of that fresh and pleasant aroma. Very nice. The skin feels great and it's slick and I feel like hydrating, so probably providing um, really good post-shave feel. Sorry, I feel hydrating properties of kind of like all the butter and different ingredients in the base. Okay, second pass, cross the grain. Great slickness, great residual slickness as well. And if you're wondering about the Gillette Silver Blue blade, it still feels pretty good. Not as sharp as the first couple of shaves, of course, but really I feel that I can squeeze more shaves out of it. I don't know why I decided to do this random experiment. I was like, oh, let's see. I like this blade a lot in every razor. Let's see how long it can last. Oh, yeah. The slickness. I feel that the third pass, I can start it right away without lathering on the face. But I have plenty of lather here in my bowl, so we'll do that. Okay, just a thin layer of lather for the third pass. Really don't need much. Yeah, that residual slickness is, boy, bringing a lot of comfort. I was just kind of like focused on the shave, and also I feel my skin great from the soap. So I zoned out in my thoughts, and I was thinking that maybe we'll miss the alum today. So I can just kind of like enjoy the eventual post-shave feel from that soap, because I know that my buddy Chris, he mentioned that he really enjoys that and highlights this base as something that stands out to him. So maybe I'll follow his routine and skip the alum block and just combine the post-shave feel of the soap with the splash. And I can tell you that with that slickness and nice lather consistency, my skin feels great and it's not irritated at all. And you saw me buffing quite a bit. And this blade is at the 8th shave. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if I did one more, like maybe it's 9th. I'm not sure because I lost count. But boy, Gillette Silver Blue is holding well. If you want to stretch the blade, that's a good option. Very nice. Oh yeah, the skin feels great. And that residual slickness, after rinsing well with water, I can still feel it. Good stuff for the skin. If you have a dry skin, that's good. I have a dry skin. And even though that now it's not cold anymore, it still feels great. Okay, I decided, as I mentioned, to skip the alum block so my skin enjoys the full benefits of all the good things in the soap. And here we have the matching splash. I just realized that there is a small line kind of like cutting across. It's barely visible on the camera over here. But yeah, that's a minor thing, probably something with the label when they were putting it on. So the splash, let's see. Yes, alcohol based, also witch hazel. Some skin food here. The list is way shorter than the soap, as expected, of course. This is just a splash, but let's shake it very well. So we mix it, and you can see, like, I don't know if it's the reflection is not making it easy, but you see that liquid is kind of like foggy or milky on a way. And yeah, at the top you can see it. That's good stuff for your skin. I already smelled the splash during my unboxing video, and yeah, out of the bottle, it smells still tamed and not so strong, similar to the soap. I just wish a little bit more punch to my nose with a nice, fresh and clean smell. But as you work it, I expect that. Oh yeah. Yeah, slightly more freshness. I can get now a bit more of the sandalwood and the cedar, I guess, because there is some kind of like more of a woody element. Still very fresh, very pleasant. That's a very intriguing smell, and I like it a lot. Very, very good. Yeah, very nice. I know a few of my buddies, they picked one, and theirs arrived before mine. And yeah, I'm happy with the recommendation from Chris, and I think Carlos also told me that this one is the one that he got and recommended it to me. So yeah, yeah, I like it a lot. Perfect. That was a great shave, and the alcohol burn really wasn't there at all. This means that shave was excellent. Very, very nice, and the skin feels happy with all the skin food goodness. Good. Okay, let's recap. Today, for the razor, I use my Merkur Progress Gillette Silver Blue on 8th shave or 9th. I lost count, but it's holding up really well. That's surprising. Do we need more blades than 100 of our favorite blades to last us a lifetime? Maybe we don't, because this one can probably be pushed up to 10 shaves. I don't know. That's interesting. I have my Autar brush here with the Pure Bliss knot. Still plenty of lather left in the brush and in the bowl. And today I shaved for the first time with Elevation by BBS Soaps. Very nice. Another Greek artisan. I really like this one. Very unique smell. Very fresh. Perfect for any day. Perfect for the warm weather. Spring, summer. Perfect for winter as well, in my opinion. It's just pleasant. And it's also excellent for my preference for evening shave. You finish work late. Just before going to bed, you want to have a shave. You want something fresh, but yet not offensive. That's really getting on top of my list for evening shaves for sure, because it's excellent. And that's a little bit of contradiction here. If it was probably stronger scent, it was not going to be so good for evening shave. So I don't know. Just it's kind of like hard to make a customer happy for everything, right? But great scent. The base, I like how it performed. Felt good. I'm gonna lather it more because this was my very first lathering so far. I'm happy with it. And that's it. Thanks for joining me. Hopefully this video won't become too long. Until the next video, and until then, please stay safe.